Have you ever been the person who just disappears? 1 week, you're actively engaged in the group chat. You're present with your friends. You're connected. The next, you find yourself pulling back, muting notifications, and retreating into a quiet space that only you can occupy. People might call it ghosting. They might think you're being flaky, unreliable, or cold, and a part of you might even believe them, carrying a quiet guilt for this pattern you don't fully understand. But what if this sudden need for distance isn't a character flaw? What if it's not about being a bad friend, but is actually a vital, non-negotiable mechanism of a deeply thoughtful and sensitive mind? The truth is, the psychology of needing to pull away is far more about self-preservation than it is about social rejection. Point 1. The depleted social battery. For many introspective people, social energy isn't an infinite resource, it's a finite battery. And every interaction, even the positive ones, draws a small amount of power. Small talk, active listening, processing others' emotions, even just performing the act of being on. It all adds up. What you experience isn't flakiness, it's a system overload. It's your mind reaching a state of cognitive and emotional resource depletion. When you pull away, you're not rejecting people. You are initiating an essential shutdown sequence to prevent a total system crash. It's the only way your internal processor can close all the open tabs, clear the cache, and begin to recharge. The withdrawal is the solution, not the problem. Point 2. The emotional echo chamber. Do you ever find that the true emotional impact of a conversation doesn't hit you until hours or even days later? This is a common experience for those with a rich inner world. You might participate in a complex or emotionally charged situation and feel fine in the moment. But later, in the quiet of your own mind, the echoes of that interaction begin to reverberate. You start replaying words, analyzing tones, and processing the underlying feelings, both yours and theirs. This need for space isn't an act of avoidance, it's an act of deep processing. You aren't ignoring the person or the situation. You are giving it the profound attention it deserves, but you can only do so within the echo chamber of your own mind. You pull away to finally understand what you truly feel, away from the noise of the initial event. Point 3. The energy mismatch. Often, the people who need to withdraw are the designated listeners and analyzers in their social circles. You are the one who reads between the lines, who remembers the small details, who provides the nuanced advice. You give a depth of attention that is rarely reciprocated on the same level. This isn't to say your friends don't care. It's that your fundamental mode of relational engagement is simply different. It's asymmetrical. You're performing a constant, subtle, emotional, and analytical labor that others may not even be aware of. When you disappear, it's often a subconscious attempt to re-establish equilibrium. It's a response to a profound energy mismatch. This isn't an act of superiority, it's an act of survival. You withdraw because continuing to give at that intensity, and without an equal form of replenishment, would lead to burning out completely. Point 4. Returning to the self. Beyond social batteries and emotional processing, there is a more fundamental reason. For a highly sensitive or introspective person, your baseline state, your sense of you, exists in a state of low stimulation. The outer world, with its demands, noises, and personalities, slowly pulls you away from that core self. The retreat is a quiet pilgrimage back to your own center. It's not a rejection of them, but a reconnection with you. In the stillness, you can hear your own thoughts again. You can feel your own authentic emotions without them being tangled up with everyone else's. This withdrawal isn't an absence of care. It is the very mechanism that allows your care to exist without yourself being consumed by it. It's how you ensure that when you do show up, you are showing up as your whole and genuine self. So the next time you feel that magnetic pull to retreat into your own world, try to see it not as a failure, but as an integral part of your psychological wiring. It's not about being cold. It's about managing a depleted system. It's not about being avoidant. It's about needing time to deeply process. It's not about feeling superior. It's about surviving an energy mismatch. And most of all, it's not about rejecting the world, but about returning to yourself. Ultimately, understanding this part of yourself isn't about fixing a flaw. It's about learning to work with your own mind. If this explanation resonated with you, let me know in the comments. Which idea felt most true to you? And consider subscribing for more insights that help you navigate your inner world.